This is the youngest daughter when she was smaller, also for some illustration.
Okay, Dad, not again, Dad.
No, she's going to be eaten by a lion. She's standing in front of her queen.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, here again.
So cool.
So there's lots of, well, as I said,
Wow.
there was this boy who came up to me after the lecture and said, how come you have drawn Harry Potter only with 3 fingers? And I said, I have not. Yes, you have. And then he took me over to, I had the original at that time. And actually I have drawn him with only 3 fingers, but I never saw it. But often when you sit and draw, it takes days, of course, especially when you paint it. So you kind of get blind to what you do, because what you are actually painting is the picture you make in your head.
I mean, this is before all the technology.
And then you get it down on the paper. But sometimes when you have sitting for hours, the picture in your head becomes more dominant than what you have on your table. So sometimes I have tried like working late night, and I think what I've done is great, and then I go to bed, and then I come down next morning and say, it looks terrible, because it's the picture in my head that like blurred the reality. So that's probably why he only had 3 fingers. In my universe, he had all fingers.
So you did this as a real painting, not on technology, right?
No, all Harry Potter covers were done manually. The 2 first I painted in acrylic, but the rest is painted in oil. But they are all sold now. They were sold on the
So I'm really interested in your Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Was it inspired by the castles nearby?
No, I like from I got the manuscript from England.
Yeah.
And I could see Hogwarts was huge. So I wanted something with many towers and so on. So it was before I had a computer actually, so I went on the library and found books with castles and so on, and I took bits and pieces. But of course I could see when the film came out, because when the film came out, it made a whole new reference frame for people.
Yeah.
And of course I had to adapt to that, because certainly I couldn't start to draw another castle than what you had in the movies, because that was what was reality for
all the fans.
Yeah, exactly. So had I known that, that would be much more towers. But at that time, they were of course not made any movies. It first came when the book 3 was released.
The Danish translation was one of the first ones to be published, correct? Do you know?
Yeah, it was, because when I had been working for the publishing company, which is the biggest in Denmark,
Gyldendal. Yeah. We visited them the other day.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
and I have been working for them for, I think, 3 years. And they kind of liked what I did. And then one day I was called in, and the editor said, well, we have this book, Harry Potter, but it's a fantasy book. And at that time, fantasy was the worst literature you could read. It was like worse than these doctor stories in women's magazine. It was like, well, shit. So fantasy and science fiction, it was like no. So even Gyldendal was a bit, should we publish it or should we not? But the reason why they wanted to publish it was that it was the first time ever that kids in England had started to disseminate the book to each other. Say, you should read this book. It was like, usually it was the parents who went in and bought them.
Yeah.
And so forth. So they thought maybe this could be big. So they asked if I wanted to go and make the cover. I said, yes, yes. And then I read it. I thought it was great, really.
Did you read it in Danish or English?
English, because I get the manuscript from Rowling.
Oh,
They
yeah.
hadn't translated it yet.
No, it's not translated. So I, well, yeah, I kind of wanted to make a good cover. Usually I do when I of course, make good cover. But here I used a little extra time because I thought this is a book people should read. And that was my luck, because it became very big.
Yeah.
When I've done the sketches, they were sent to Rowling for approval.
Wow.
But unfortunately, I didn't have the direct contact. It went via the publishing company. So I just got back, yes, she likes it. And the only cover I have heard she has rejected was the Italian.
Oh, with the rat hats. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And because
Harry wasn't wearing glasses.
exactly.
Yep.
And yes. And she thought that was too bad, because he thought that a hero
Yeah.
can't have glasses. I mean, then it's not a hero. And but also that they are rats. And then when it all was over, like when the number 7 had been published and so on, and she had bought this castle in Scotland and so forth, I thought, well, it would be a good idea to celebrate all the people who have been involved in the process. So I wrote to her via her agent.
Yeah.
Why don't we make a big party in your castle? I never heard back.
Maybe
It was a good idea. It was a very good idea.
Yeah.
It was.
The book club wanted a special cover, so I made this for them.
Oh, yeah, here's the...
Yeah.
And this is a
Excellent,
funny
yeah.
story, actually.
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
I was invited to the Danish radio to make an interview. And it was when this had been published, it just came out, and the journalist at the time, and she had her tape recorder or something like that, and she said, how come Harry Potter is holding his hand like that? And I said, well, I wanted to be scared, and you take your hands up, and so forth. And said, well, it certainly looks like he's smoking, is it a secret message? And I said, no secret message. And then she looked closer at the picture, and then there is some mushrooms over there, and she said, oh, what is it called, these mushrooms?
I don't know the one.
But there is some mushrooms you can get stoned by. Oh, it's one of those, it's one of those. And then she went out when we were finished with the interview, because it was a digital recorder, and it was the first time she was using it. She just wanted to hear if she had gotten it all. And after a while she came rushing in, smiling over the whole face, and said, oh, I got it. In Danish, Harry is ha-i, do you have?
Oh, yeah.
And then it becomes, do you have pot here?
Harry Potter here.
Yeah, Harry Potter here, Danish. So, oh, it's do you have pot here?
Wow.
Yeah. So, but there was no secret message from my side.
No secret man. He's just scared.
Yeah.
So the paperbacks have backs to them, like backside illustrations.
Yeah.
which
exactly.
is awesome because this one doesn't,
nothing,
which
yeah.
is
Yeah,
kind of
of.
disappointing.
Yeah.
But I love the spines of the hardcovers.
Yeah.
I think they're awesome.
Yeah, but they should have done it the other way
They
around.
should.
I thought
The
first-
hardcovers are always the most beautiful ones, is what should be.
I don't know
Yeah.
why they have
So with all these new editions coming out all the time, like with the 20th anniversary, I know they have the new Danish, the 20th anniversary Danish covers.
yeah.
Do they still print yours?
No.
No.
And
That's sad.
but yeah, but then I get the pleasure of fans asking me, "Don't you have? We want your cover," and that's of course nice to
Yeah.
be told.
Yeah.
I don't know why they. Obviously, they must think it will sell better if they renew the covers. If that is true, I don't know, because I also think in relation to Harry Potter, it's like nearly an institution. Like people have a very clear idea what Harry Potter is.
Yeah.
So it's strange they want to change it.
Every couple of years, yeah.
Exactly. One should think that it would actually sell better if they stuck with kept with the
It's very
original.
interesting.
Seemingly is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And what is his name?
Hagrid.
Hagrid.
Yeah.
Carries him, and I thought, I'm gonna put this on the front page, like Harry Potter is dead.
Dead in book 7.
Oh my God! And I found a huge, strong man who could stand the model for Hagrid and carry around with my Harry Potter model. And I drew the sketch.
Yeah.
And sent it into Gyllendal. And she called me and said, "You can't do this." And then she told me, because on the release day, they've made a huge banner across the walking street with the cover and Harry Potter, and there would be the dead Harry Potter. And then they invite children, lots of children, into the courtyard at Gyllendal, where they get candy and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And there would be the dead Harry Potter. And there were all these crying children. So I had to, in a hurry, come up with something new. And it's not the most original cover I made, actually, because I thought of the situation where they make the statues and so forth come alive inside Hogwarts to have fight, and that was the idea behind this. But people don't get it, and I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But that is why it came to look like this.
That's awesome. And is that Dobby down there?
That's Dobby, of course.
Yeah. I'm interested. Are there other covers you've seen from around the world that you love particularly, that you're a fan of?
Yeah, I mean, some that are better than others. I think I like as far as I remember, the Dutch and the Swedish. I also like.
Yeah, Swedish ones are fantastic.
Yeah, right. And I also liked actually the originals, like the English.
Yeah.
I thought the American was too much Charlie Brown comic book.
Interesting.
But I also I know that the covers I did became very popular. There was this competition on the internet.
On MuggleNet, right?
Yeah.
You had the...
And I know the Danish were selected as the
winner.
Yeah, that was very, very nice.
That must have been really nice to
it was.
see that it was appreciated around the world.
Yeah, but I had when I made the first one even, that's also why I gave him plain clothes on. I wanted him to look like a normal boy, so the reader could identify themselves with the figure. And I think it's more difficult to identify yourself with a comic illustration, because you don't see yourself as a cartoon
Yeah.
person.
Exactly. And this one really captures like it's kind of like he's seeing magic for the first time, and he's magic, which is what the readers feel when they read the book.
Exactly.
So
That's also what I wanted, and it's also it doesn't get through that well. But that's the reason why I also had this, because I wanted, like, there was this world, and then there's the fantasy world. And there's a hole into the fantasy world.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's why it ended up